shot. Good board. Ooh. Oh, that was me. That's my fault.
Good block. Okay, 13-14. Let's go. Gotta get a stop here. We got a good one, Shake. I know when you're quiet, you're locked in.
Oh, yeah.
Stay with him. Good D, good D.
The Pistons earlier, arriving at the arena. Hard to imagine a group looking more confident than this. On the road, they've always got their game faces on. Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, and we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. They've got Jackson. Beasley is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Brown in at the small forward. And for Oklahoma City, they've got Markkanen. Walker Kessler is out there with Achua. Then it's Ball, and it's Clarkson in at the 2. And this late in the season, Greg, you consider rookies to even be rookies anymore. They've played so many games at this point.
I mean, yes and no. They aren't as green as they were to start the season, but rookies still need a full year to fully kind of learn what it takes day in and day out.
Here's Brown. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
That's something you need. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul could take you right out of it.
And here are the Thunder now. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
A rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
Point blank, this is a bad combination. If you're looking to get stops, that's not the way.
And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander on the money from 12 feet away.
Mid-range game comes easy for SGA. Just a matter of control for him.
Here's Ball, and it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. Beasley outside. Pulls up. Here's Drummond. Uses the glass to finish the lane.
A man among boys on the offensive glass. Andre Drummond picks up a lot of extra points this way.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Pass to Markkanen. Off target from outside. Pistons have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Taking a glance at Lauri Markkanen, Steve, a big man who possesses a lethal touch from way outside.
Kevin, this is what makes him a perfect stretch forward, as well as an all-star caliber talent now. And you get the sense he still has room to grow.
Here's Kessler. After the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Brown's shot is off.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Here we see the Detroit Pistons, Greg, a franchise known for stifling defense.
And going back-to-back with the bad boys, then the amazing 2004 title team that shut down Shaq and Kobe. And the Pistons have been great. They've had that defense-first mentality.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Detroit Pistons. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
Yeah, I think the perimeter game is what helped them in that one. Consistent from out beyond the arc.
We talk a lot about shot selection, and we saw why. You want to avoid empty possessions.
And this guy just does everything. Scores, passes, good rebounder. Just an all-around terrific basketball player.
Now, here's Markkanen. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
Detroit, no good that time either. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. It's a 3-point game. And it's sent back by Drummond. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's hauled in by Achua.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
And that one good from Clarkson.
Great job finishing inside. The defense must push Clarkson out of this area.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Brown. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And how about the terrific use of the crossover there to just throw the defender off balance.
Passes it to Markkanen. Up and in on the layup.
Everyone knows about Markkanen from range. Also has the tools to challenge inside.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's not going to fall. He's taken 4 shots and made 2. Outside, Markkanen. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Pistons have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
Pass to Markkanen. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Thunder. In regard to the Thunder, they had to go through, Greg, a rebuilding process not too long ago.
Yeah, it was a tough couple years, but they had a plan in place and did it the right way. They made some smart signings and created a very balanced roster.
George is checked in for the Thunder. Ball surveying the defense. Just 5 on the clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Brown. Offensive rebound. Outside for Jackson. He dishes it to Drummond. There's the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far. Shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
This team leans on Shea to help shoulder the offense, and he takes this responsibility seriously.
Now, here's Markkanen. His last outing, he had 8 points. Achua, the pass to George. And he drives in. Markkanen inside the line. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Another thing about Markkanen, his mechanics stay consistent even when his shot is contested.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And the shot goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 14.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Markkanen kicks to George. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. 3-pointer. Rebound, Detroit. Their last game, a win against Boston. Looking to carry it into this one.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hostile crowd.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for Detroit. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
For me, it's all about playing downhill. They've been making it look easy to find penetration in this one. attacking the lanes and forcing the issue with the D.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
On the court for the Pistons, we've got Beasley. Jackson is out there with the Linnet. Then there's Shane Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. For Oklahoma City, they have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
For your defender, Kessler.
And that one misses. You know, Greg, one place you really see Walker Kessler making his presence felt is on the defensive end.
And boy, he has got a nose for blocks, doesn't he? I mean, able to detect shots forming and get a hand on the ball. It is such a gift that allows this guy to make such a big difference on that side of the ball.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Lauri Markkanen has gone from a bit player to a starring role on offense. He says it's something that I have to get adjusted to, but going forward, I have the room and the mentality to be more aggressive. When I watch film, I always see things that can become so much better. I have a long way to go and a lot of room to improve. Kevin?
All right, good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second.
The 6'4" Beasley has some ups. He loves using his athleticism to hammer it down.
George dishes to Johnson. Kessler passes to Johnson. Sinks that one from the post. Johnson's got his first basket.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Brown. It's tipped. They retain possession. Just 3 to shoot.
Needing right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
To the paint. Here's Kessler. And it's good for 2. Kessler's got 4 points in the quarter.
Sharing the wealth. Jordan Clarkson with a nice pass.
Pass to Beasley. It's up a 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
George passes to Markkanen. And there's the drive. We haven't seen a lot of players come from Finland, and that's where Lauri Markkanen is from.
Not at all. Only the second NBA player from Finland. It's got to be a special feeling to represent your home country like that.
It's his first trip to the line.
76% on the season from the foul line.
That free throw good for Markkanen. And we hear so much about young players and veteran players, Steve, but when do you feel a player becomes a veteran? Is it after a year, 2 or 3? Like, in your opinion, what is it?
You know, Kevin, it differs for a lot of different reasons. But I think for myself, when you get that second contract, you feel like you belong in the league. I think when you get over 7 years in the league, that's kind of cut off to be 7 years or more, you're definitely a vet.
Clarkson on the wing. Back to Markkanen. Clarkson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From outside, off the mark. Pistons trail by 3. Here's Beasley. Jackson trying to break free. And that one is good by Beasley. Beasley's got 4 points this quarter.
Mad handles from Malik Beasley, dribbling himself open.
Back to Kessler. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
That's right, everyone. It's time to work the defense.
Looking now at
some numbers for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Just an incredible month of basketball. And how about his top 10 ranking and free throw percentage? A knockdown shooter, ultra reliable from the line.
And as you mentioned, top 3 in assists right now. He does a great job of running the offense, spotting the open guy, and making the sound delivery. Baseline jumper. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
He's efficient, low turnover rate. Shai is more than capable of running the show.
Ball against Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Markkanen. And the rejection by Jackson. Buries it from three-point range. Clarkson's got the lead up to 4 now for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Brown.
2 minutes
And it's blocked. Ball against Gilgeous-Alexander. Passes it to Clarkson. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Jordan Clarkson on target with the assist. He's come a long way as a passer in this league.
On its way from Beasley for 2. They get it back, and he gets the bucket.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
The Thunder leading by 4. Clarkson finds Ball. 1:06 left to play in the first half.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Markkanen passes to Kleba. Up top, Markkanen. 8 points for him.
You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
And that one is good by Beasley.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Outside, Ball. Poked away. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You can see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander thinking out there in a good way. He really studies every situation.
For Detroit, they have looked good at the line today. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
And it's tied up with that one. And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this.
34. Ladies and gentlemen, your Thunder.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. The first quarter didn't play out the way Oklahoma City had hoped. They struggled to find an offensive rhythm or come up with enough stops and sunk into a 7-point hole by the end of the period. They came out in the second quarter with a lot more energy and with some nice offensive stretches and were able to even things up before the half. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
They came in prepared. The offense is firing on all cylinders. You love the patience, the flow, very efficient. Valuing possessions is fueling their success right now. This is not a team you want to bet against, at least not tonight.
And Shaq, how about what you saw from the Pistons?
I like how they're working the ball down low and finding easy looks. They may be tempted to switch things up in the second half.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
It's a part of his game that he can always tap into. There's an art to it, and he is painting the canvas tonight.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Achua is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Walker Kessler. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Ball in at the point guard. And that's who Mark Daigneault starts the second half with.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
An efficient shooter like Beasley doesn't question his selections. He just drains them.
And watching Malik Beasley over the years, Smitty, he is built to score.
Yes, he is, Kevin. He's out there to put the ball in the bucket, and he can get hot in a hurry. When that happens, just keep feeding him the rock.
Brown and Detroit again with the bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.